That was a slightly false start. Good evening and welcome to People's Sense. In Matt.
Hiya. How you doing?
All right, thanks.
Cheers.
Microphone. Well, I think I'm on the right one though. How are you doing?
Not bad, not bad. Been out shopping with the family, which is never fun. Sneaked in a bottle of Rioja, so yeah, opened that about half an hour ago. So things can only get better.
Absolutely. I'm trying to get this background off, and I can't seem to do it. But
oh, you just want to show off it's you with Brian Clough in the background, don't you, John?
Yeah, but I've
just in case anyone doesn't recognise that handsome chap with all the hair on the top left-hand side of John, that is definitely him.
Yeah,
and I look like Brian Clough without glasses. I mean, with glasses. Hang on.
we might do if you've got a wine glass in your hand.
Yeah, that's all right. Yeah, there you go, Brian. Have some.
Yeah.
God bless him. I've been watching quite a few Brian Clough. I mean, you got me onto the Brian Clough stories, and there's so many YouTube videos of people telling stories about Brian Clough. Some of them are fantastic. So yeah,
some amazing ones.
I've been enjoying them. Yeah, he was. Obviously he was a complete legend. And anyone who's into football and wants to see a truly fantastic footballing team, you look at the Nottingham Forest European Cup winning team of 1979-80, or was it 80-81? They were up there with the Arsenal Invincible team. They were that good, and they were so good to watch. So, but hey ho, I bet they wore Old Spirit, Spice and Brute, and drunk bitter down the pub. So hey ho.
Yeah, it was definitely the era of Brute 33 and Kevin Keegan and Frank Bruno.
Oh yes,
that is for sure.
I'll tell you what. There's something about Brute. I actually had someone bought me a bottle of Brute, and it was the 88mm bottle, the special reserve one. And I know a few other channels have sort of gone on about it, and I wore it, and I really liked it, and it had really, really good longevity. And then I bought the other stuff, and it didn't. And I think it was a special reserve 88. I think they called it, I don't think you can get it anymore. But that was probably the last bottle of Brute that really lasts a long time. I know they've bought out 100ml EDT that I haven't bought, but the special reserve one was about 15 quid, and it was a sort of
I've got a bottle upstairs.
Oh, it's so good. If you like that sort of green lavender sort of smell. But I remember I was working at a bank in London at the time, and bearing in mind my journey into work was probably about 2 hours, and I'd walk in, and the guy I worked with went, "God, I smell the Brute on you," and he knew exactly what it was. So, but it's really good. But the stuff you get now, the splash-on stuff, you sort of put it on, it smells nice for 10 minutes, and then it's pretty much gone. So, yeah. But
no, it was great. It was my first individual purchase without stealing my dad's Old Spice or Dunhill. It was that sort of choice.
I think, and I've probably said this before, I think the first thing I bought myself was possibly Yardley Gold when I was at school, because the Insignia just didn't last very long. So Yardley Gold was the way forward, and I couldn't afford the Drakkar Noir, which the other kids had. So you was either a Drakkar Noir or Yardley Gold. But both of them, you could still smell them past the morning coffee break. So, soup and a roll break, as it was back then. But then again, things did seem to last a lot longer back then as well. I don't think I've ever owned Drakkar Noir. I've seen it in shops. I've never bothered trying it. I mean, I think you can pick it up for about £10 a bottle.
I used to work in a big gents hairdressers in Nottingham called Peppers, and the original shop had a sort of it was like a chemist shop without the chemist bit. It was all toiletries and aftershaves and all the rest of it. But
for the weekend,
put it.
Something for the weekend.
I'm not sure whether they had that. They certainly sold wig on for the people who came in and had toupees, the toupee tape and all that sort of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, it was quite an interesting shop. and in the back, of course, we'd all be cutting hair. And there was they sold Draco Noir there, but I preferred the Dunnet edition that they were selling there. So I had that. Lots of people were reeking a Draco Noir in those days.
Well, I never had it, so I feel like I've missed out. But I know we talk about Bowling Green, but Jeffrey Bean Bowling Green, they said it's similar to Draco Noir, and I'm thinking I can't remember it being like that. I don't.
Well, Lamani does apparently smell like it, but I haven't got anything to try it with. So.
Well, I've been good lately. I've been trying not to buy anything. Saying that, though, I had a bit of a blowout. I went on holiday down to Cornwall, and I walked into Boots, and they had the. That's all right. You play with the backgrounds. That's all. Good.
Sorry.
Who's that handsome chap there?
What's happening? What's happening?
I don't know.
I've seemed to have taken. Oh, golly. Excuse me.
Just click loads of buttons. You'll be fine.
Yeah, that's what I'll do.
I would say switch it on and off, but that would just be my IT phase, wouldn't it? Really?
Yeah, I did do. Yeah, I tried that initially, and it didn't seem to work, but it has now. Exactly that you said.
But anyway, I went to Cornwall, walked into Boots, and they had and this was an offer that was on Hot UK Deals a while back, which was a John Paul Gaultier Le Male Le Parfum, which is the 125ml bottle for 40 quid. And I looked at the top shelf and I thought, I don't know if I'm really down with John Paul Gaultier anymore. I used to wear Le Male all the time when I was 26, 27, 28. And I'll tell you, I loved that stuff. But the whole of town just stunk of it. And I tried it in the shop and it was like sort of grown up Le Male. You sort of knew it was based on it, but it smelled really nice. So I bought that. Anyone who's got a child that's in sixth form or someone in your family who's a student, get them to sign up for their student beans cards and whatever, because you get 10% in Boots on top of everything. So I ended up with a bottle for 36 quid. I haven't even opened it yet. And then I started looking up reviews on it after, because I was thinking I've just blind bought it. And then I read everyone was going about Ultramale, and I was thinking Ultramale, it's another Eros sort of thing. It's not one of them sort of banging vanilla sort of club fragrances, but I don't mind the bee smoke thing. So next time I went into a different Boots, I sprayed that on my arm, and then we went out for the evening. And then I got up the next day and I could still smell it on my arm 24 hours later. And I was thinking, I'm going to have to buy a bottle of that just because it's just total beet smoke. And my missus was going, oh, that smells lovely. So, and I think Beauty Base, and I think they're still doing the deal at the moment. They're doing it for 36 quid. So I think it's 56, and there's something like take 20 code that's on Hot UK Deals, and then knock off 20 quid. And then I think if you put another code in, which is free Dell, you get it free delivery. So I got a 75ml bottle of that. But I was actually looking at this at the same time, and loads of people were recommending this and going, it's better than Ultramale. So I hadn't even opened my bottle of Ultramale, so now I'm sitting there with two massive, great big bottles of John Paul Gaultier. That's it.
That camera's not bad, actually. The autofocus on that.
Oh, my one's crap. It's a crappy laptop with Chromebook. And a couple of days later, it came into stock on Notino I got mine for £19.50. And it came to stock. I thought, well, I'm going to have to buy it. And I thought, well, if I buy it and I really like it, I'll take back the Ultramale. And I've actually opened this and I've worn it loads and I really like it. It is absolutely nuclear. It lasts for ages. And
well, I was wearing this all day yesterday, but it's the one scent, apart from Le Lion by Chanel, it's the one scent that I've put on in the morning and it's still been there, properly there at the end of the day on your clothes and stuff. It's amazing.
I went to a wedding the other day and it started getting it was getting a bit muggy and humid in the evening. And as I warmed up, I just stunk of it. But I sort of overdo everything. But I mean, I generally only spray about 5 of that, and that lasts me for forever. And saying that though, it doesn't actually push out on me. I mean, it does, but it's more what it leaves in your wake. I mean, when you walk off, everyone's going, "Oh yeah, what's that smell?"
I'll just quickly, if anyone's watching who wants to come on and have a chat as well, you're very welcome. Just I'll drop the link into the chat in a minute, whilst Matt's talking. Sorry, Matt.
Yeah, so I've got 125 mils of John Paul Gaultier Le Male Le Parfum, 75 mils of John Paul Gaultier Ultramale, both not opened, and 100 mils of Afnan 9 PM, which I'm definitely having a good go at the moment. But I can imagine that's going to last ages because you use hardly any of it. So, but that's been quite a good purchase. I mean, I said I weren't going to purchase anything. I'm quite happy. I've done the rarest thing. I've finished quite a lot of bottles lately. I've finished these are all cheapies as well. I've finished my Versace blue jeans, which I've really liked. I remember when I first got it. I think it was like when I first started getting into buying frags. It was like, I'll just buy loads of cheap crap. And I remember when I first tried it, I didn't like it. But what I will say about that, if you wear it in the sunshine, it smells amazing. It's really nice. I've really enjoyed that. So I've done 75 mils of that. I've done.
It's a great scent. I got spotted for 12 quid.
It's so good. I mean, would I buy another one? Not at the moment. Would I recommend someone who's just starting out? Absolutely. Buy a bottle of it because you can just, it's 12 quid.
I used to wear it when I was really skint. And it's a great scent. I bought it again more recently, and it's still great. You can't go wrong with it.
Yeah, no, it's nothing fancy. It's just stable, steady. It's you know what you're gonna get, and it does smell better when it's sunny. But you can wear it all year round. It's good. It's really good. I finished my bottle of Rocha Soda Rochas, which I really like. I think I got that as a recommendation from Greggy Boy, whatever his name is. He was one of the first sort of video YouTubers I watched. He recommended that. I bought that. So I've done 50 mils of that. Really enjoyed that. I think it's excellent. I think the more I wore it, the more I liked it. So I think that's a really good one. And I had a bottle of Armani Code that was kicking around that I've had for ages, and I thought, well, I'm gonna blast through that just to get my numbers down below 48 on Fragrantica. So, but yeah, I'm aiming in the next year to get it down to 36 and try and just sort of buy more quality than buying cheap stuff. But that Afnan 9 PM, I'll tell you, if you want something that's loud, obnoxious, and gets you noticed, it's £20 worth of goodness. It's pretty bloody good. There's me going. I mean, in terms of the summer, so what have you been your biggies through the summer then, John?
My biggies that I don't have with me are ADP, Colonia, ADP. Yeah. I've been wearing a bit of the Oud as well, actually, to be honest.
Okay.
What else? Fragmo.
That Mugler Cologne. I think you've done about a bottle of that, haven't you already?
That's brilliant stuff. Yeah, the oh gosh, what's it called?
Fly Away, the yellow one.
Fly Away. Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah, grapefruits. Done a bit of the light blue Forever. What else? Colonia Intensa, ADP Colonia Intensa, because I've finished off a bottle of that, and also I've been hammering the other one, the Barbaria, that you recommended. Yeah, that smells almost identical to my terrible nose.
I haven't actually used much of it. I really like it. Every time I spray it on, I think, oh, it's lovely, but I haven't used much of it. But I tell you what, one of the recommendations now, I haven't been in the office as much as I'd like, but I'm liking the Habit Rouge Le, or however you want to pronounce it. Now, I know we sort of differ on this. I really get the hazelnut in it, and I know you said you don't smell any hazelnut in it.
Which one's that? Sorry, I missed that.
Habit Rouge Le, Leau.
Oh yeah, I just can't quite find that note. It is a great scent.
I really like it, and that was another one. I think eBay are offering 10% discount from certain sellers, and I think one of the sellers had it for 30 quid, so I got it for I don't know 27 quid delivered. Really happy with it. It's only a 50 ml. I know you've got 100 ml, but really enjoyed that. And the one that I've worn, like there's always one bottle you just blast yourself with. You going down the shop and whatever. And the more I've worn this, and I've mentioned it before, the more I've liked it. It's another cheapie, less than a tenner. That Penguin Premium Blend.
Oh yeah.
Now, most cheapies are sort of light blue cheapies. They all smell the same sort of thing. But this, it's mint and lime. Ignore all the other notes in it. It says, oh, it's got marine notes and it's got salt notes. It's got a bit of driftwood in it. It's musk with mint and lime. But if you like the smell of mint and lime, and I do, I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not a Ghislaine yeah, and it's not Homme Le Bosé. But if you just want something that smells nice, that doesn't smell like the usual generic cheapie, it's all right. It's not bad at all. And I've worn loads of it. I mean, I've only had that this year, and I've done quite a lot of that.
I've got the notes here for you: spicy mint, lime peel, bergamot, sea notes, sea salt, violet leaf, green notes, rosemary, driftwood, musk, and vetiver.
I definitely get violet leaf. I generally don't like violet leaf, but I don't mind it in that, and I definitely get musk. But the mint and lime in it is cracking. It's really good. I'm not going to spray it everywhere because I'm going to smell of everything. But yeah, so I've used that quite a lot. In terms, I've rediscovered Versace Porom or Signature, whatever people want to call it. I mean, I bought Mazzoni Wave at the same time as you, wore that loads, and I think I'm preferring Versace Porom. Doesn't last as long, but yeah, I'm quite into that. I mean, I don't know what the weather's like up your way. I mean, it's definitely more overcast, but it's quite muggy down here in Kent.
Yeah,
but I've started looking. I mean, I've got sort of 3 polystyrene, like them boxes that you buy fish in at Billingsgate Fish Market. The insulated boxes. They're like freezer boxes. I keep all my stuff in that. I've got my summer stuff at the top. My middle stuff is all stuff I've bought and I haven't even opened yet. You know what I'm like. I buy stuff and just sit on it for ages. And then my bottom stuff is my winter stuff. And I've been looking at my bottom box and thinking, when do I swap my top one for my bottom one? So
I hope you took the fish out before you.
Oh, actually, it's people buy. I think these boxes, people sell them online, but it's the things that people buy dried dog food and fish food in. Really, they don't smell at all. And if you're ever going for a picnic, don't bother with them crappy plastic picnic ice boxes you get out of Asda. Just buy one of them like polystyrene things. Get a couple of Coke bottles, fill them up with water, chuck them in the freezer the night before, put them in there. They will keep stuff chilled for days. They're so good. I mean, I know that because I go camping. And the other thing about taking a Coke bottle full of ice is that you can cut the Coke bottle open, smash the ice up, and use it in gin and tonic as well. So
sounds like a great idea. Here's the notes for the 9 p.m. That's what I've been fidgeting about doing.
That's it.
Apple cinnamon.
It's just beastly. He's loud. I mean, I'm really surprised that you like it, John, because your nose is obviously a lot more established, and your collection is a lot more sophisticated than mine. But it's just loud. It's just unashamedly.
I just buy what I like. There's no
loud.
Sort of. If I like it, I like it. If I don't, I don't. And
yeah. But
I'm like that with wine or anything. I just think you buy what you like, don't you? You don't buy.
Oh, that's very true. I treated myself to a decent bottle of Rioja at night. I don't. I like Rioja. Yeah, I do like Rioja.
Oh, Sainsbury's extra special.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I didn't see Smelly in there. I have seen him in there a few times. But yeah, it is actually his local Sainsbury's as well. So yeah, that's where he does his just outside. That's where he does his outside broadcast. So anyway, I'd like to thank you for getting me reinstated on that channel, and I did try my best to get banned, but hey ho.
You're welcome. Well, I suppose you probably, if you went on the live stream, you'd be out of mischief because he'll just make you sit down, shut up, and sit in the corner. Unless you're American.
Oh, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. I do actually think it's I do think it's quite funny, and I think you're sort of encouraged to misbehave. And the fact is, I mean, I've got kids. I live in the middle of nowhere, and I do live in the middle of nowhere. I don't get out very often on a Friday night, and I don't actually miss it. But I'm quite happy to sit down and drink a bottle of wine and a couple of beers. And by the time he comes on, by the time he's been on for an hour, you're absolutely sitting there steaming like. But about 11:30, you think it's quite funny, and some of the things you read back next day, and you think, "Oh, you prat." But I just think you're encouraged to misbehave on there. So
I think there's probably a little bit of drama. It's sort of I think it's heavily inspired by Archie Luxury's channel.
I've never watched Archie Luxury. So I know he is. He's the goblin-looking bloke from Perth, isn't he?
Yeah, there's a bit of there's quite a bit of sort of that sort of carry on. You know, when Al came onto the stream and started shouting and what have you, there's a fair old bit of drama like that over a period of time, and I think Dan would love to recreate that on his stream because, of course, it attracts people to come and view.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I think. Well, I don't know. It works. There's a little bit of drama, there's some fun. You see the same people in the chat. You know,
it's like going down the pub, isn't it, and not having to go out. So it's quite a good.
Do you think there's just a few people on it just take it a little bit too seriously? You just think it's smelly water on a Friday night chat. That's it. It's nothing more than that. Some people take it really seriously. I mean, the fact that I've got what looks like a gamer headset on, and I mean, if I had a gamer chair, I'd be sitting on it. But apparently you can't have a gamer headset. You can't have a gamer chair, and you've got to have brands that no one's ever heard of. Yeah, there is a few people like that on there.
Yeah,
if it's going to be like that, that's entirely up to you. I mean, I'm not into it in that way.
I went off when they started to get into fashion, and they were about to put their 10 penneth worth into what is right and what isn't, whilst one of them was wearing a t-shirt, Mr. Clean, and that had got bra fasteners on it. And I thought, I'm not about to be lectured by him. It's an interest I've got. And I watch Gentleman's Gazette, watch people like Hugo Jacquemet and people like that. If I want a lecture on sartorial matters, but I wouldn't be lectured by people like that who are snooty a bit.
Well, I think there's a certain amount of. What's the thing about everyone has to wear sunglasses while they're on YouTube? What's the thing about not showing people?
I don't know, but I was hammered. I was quite hammered on the live stream, and suddenly I decided I was going to join in. I put a hat on some sunglasses as well.
There's a lot.
That must have been on the Friday night.
Oh, was that?
But I wasn't invited on the Saturday night stream. I probably was a bit boring or didn't speak with an American enough accent. I'm not sure. Or I didn't have long hair. I'm not sure.
Well, maybe if you dressed up as Momo and went on with a European accent, maybe you'd be all right. But hey ho, I mean, as I say, it comes back to having a chat on a Friday night about some smelly water, and that's
absolutely. Talking about which,
You've bought. Oh, I saw your order the other day. You pinged me an order. And I think
Yeah,
one of them was the Rochas Moustache clone, wasn't it? Which is is it Sycamore clone?
Penthouse.
Oh, was it? Oh, what's
Yeah,
that?
it's Afnan Penthouse. But I can't remember the lav thing or other.
But
Probably
that's
lav
supposed to be a copy of the Rochas Moustache,
moustache.
which is a copy of something else. Apparently, I don't truly know. But I'll be interested to see how that turns out, because how much did you pay for it on the Tino? It was that was an absolute
13
bargain.
quid.
13 quid.
13 quid or 12.
I mean, 13 quid for a Rochas Moustache clone, which gets some love. I mean, what's his name? Mags Frags. He said it was all right. He said it's not as strong as the other stuff, but he said it's quite good. But it's another bargain. It's like, if you want to try something out, it's 13 quid, and then if you stick a lipstick in with free delivery for £1, you're laughing.
Well, it was. I did what you suggested, which was a great suggestion, but I didn't quite reach the heady heights of £1.
No,
So I've got
sometimes you're lucky, sometimes you're not.
yeah, I've got some shower gel which still saved
Okay.
for £2.79. It's £2.70.
Well, all I can say, John, is at least you didn't end up with like a packet of false eyelashes or something. At least you can use the shower gel. Are you going to be smelling of? Are you going to be smelling of jasmine and freesia?
Well, it's that. So I'll be.
I can't see it, but it's all right. Anyway, ultimately, I'm sure many people have done this. It used to be a
I was just
URL.
checking there weren't any personal details on it. That's why I moved it away. But anyway, it was £13.23. But I think you told me it was a lot more after that.
I can't remember. I can't remember. But I was just saying, I'm sure loads of people know this, but if you go on the Tino, if you click on the sale free delivery and then sort by price, and then the cheapest free delivery item will be at the top. Sometimes they're £1 on a Monday, so you can get delivery for £1.
No, that was a great suggestion.
There used to be a URL, and you could put the URL in, it would search everything for all the samples, because there used to be loads of Mancera samples for £1 with free delivery. They were pretty much given away. So if you put this URL in, I think their web developers worked out what people were doing and changed it. But you can always get around the $3.99 delivery by ordering some crap. I mean, the thing is, I'm lucky. I've got a house full of girls. So I always go for the face packs if I don't know. Face packs or face masks, they always get used. And I know they get used because I find them all over the bathroom just after I give them to them. I mean, yeah, and there's face mask crap everywhere. I mean, yeah, so yeah, it's worth buying. Teenage girls, eh? Good have them.
I'm going to open this because it's...
What's
and
that?
I'm just going to...
What's that
I'll
one?
get this up on Fragrantica. What happened was, it's a while back now, I bought some Cartier Declaration.
Yep.
Or Declaration, as
I almost
they say in French. And instead of getting what I'd paid for, they sent me this, which is about like 5-6 quid on eBay.
Right.
So I sent them a note and what have you, and I got refunded on the product, and I got the product as well. So I bought a bottle of ADP Colonia Intensa with that, and I was allowed to keep the bottle as well. So Amazon is pretty good like that. So
yeah,
I thought I'd save it for a... I hate unboxings. I think they're the most boring things out, but I thought to save it for today anyway. So I'm just going to get the notes up.
Yeah, it's when people have the box and they go, right, this is the box. Right, this the difference between this Guerlain box and the other one is that they got the old top thing on it.
It's quite annoying, isn't it? It really, truly is annoying.
But they changed the bottle, but you just think I don't really care.
No,
The thing is, when they change the bottle, I mean, I'm really OCD. I want them all to look the same, but you just think, why have you put all the Ghislaine stuff in square bottles now? Anyway, for the unboxing, I will shut up and watch with bated breath what this new fragrance smells like.
let me just get the notes up because that might need some instinct.
Oh, is it on there? What is it? Insignia shampoo and shower gel.
Pretty much, no, it's not on. It's not on the Zeno, but not surprisingly, really. Anyway, I'll open it.
You know it's
And
quality.
you
Then.
can get this on.
What's it called? Is it? Say the name again while you're opening it.
Let me help you, Matt.
It is Insignia. Oh, look at that. That actually is the same logo as the original Insignia.
It
It is.
They probably found it in the warehouse.
It used to have like orange, red, and white sort of thing. I remember the advert. It's ingrained on my life
because the green screen.
There is a little bit of green. If you put your actually no, you're not going to get around that.
No, I've got.
That's it. Put your hands behind it.
On.
That's it. Oh, that's it. That is Insignia. Oh my god.
So it was like probably a $5.
I thought when they found the hidden millions of tons of Insignia aftershave, I thought some of the coal-powered electric stations will run on it for a couple of years because it was highly inflammable as well from memory. That is real Insignia. Oh my god, I'm actually intrigued now.
There's one on there for this is an EDT. There's an EDT spray for him, no box, $9.99, and there's nothing else. I've got a collector's item.
You have. You shouldn't have opened it. You should have sat on it for 10 years and flogged it. Niche.
That's quite nice.
Insignia was always nice, but you smell it again in 2 minutes, it's gone.
It's lavendery. It's a bit of a lavender bomb.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Do they call them? I don't get all the different names.
That's actually quite nice.
Call them fougères or something. I haven't got a clue.
Fougère, I think. I don't even care that I don't know.
I'd just say it smells like a barber shop.
If the proper guru of perfume isn't bothered about those terms, then I'm not. Have you ever watched Persolate?
Yes, I quite like some of his stuff.
He, in spite of other people claiming things, he is the original live streamer for fragrance because that's his whole channel is a live stream, and he's built that from doing this and relying on the fact that he's got a blog and has written books. He's a very, very.
He did an interview with Thierry Wasser when they opened up the Ghislaine pop-up shop in Covent Garden. I was thinking he's got an interview with Thierry Wasser. They obviously seem quite friendly. They obviously know each other.
Well, he's had Richard E. Grant on his channel.
Oh wow!
And he does. He has actually been because I suggested to Dan, Mr. Smelly, back in the day. That he'd be a good person to have on his channel, and he ignored my comments. He ignored my message. But then I noticed that Max
40
often does a little stream with him.
Right.
So he's top of the game really. He knows all the top designers.
He did a review of Habit Rouge, Linston, whatever it was. You know, the new Habit Rouge.
Yeah.
And he didn't hold back. He pretty much. I mean, one word review. It's like the shark sandwich sort of review. He pretty much just said it's shit. In a far more eloquent way, but yeah, I do like it. I do like his channel. I like him. He's a very likable person. Yeah, I mean,
he always communicates. He always goes to the comments, and he works hard.
He's a nice bloke. There's nothing you can really dislike about him.
No.
But he did have some weird haircut. I mean, I've got terrible hair, but he had some sort of undercut, and I was thinking that's a bit weird. Yeah, he'd shaved the side of his head.
Yeah, it wasn't
He
what I would expect him to have, but
No, maybe he was auditioning for a part in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, the new West
yeah, I
End
think
musical.
I think he's a school teacher actually.
See, but
Yeah,
yeah, I do like him.
certainly he's qualified to teach English.
Cool.
I can't even find this Insignia Instinct anymore. It was quite.
If you look at Insignia, let's put Insignia 80s. There we go. And you look at, if you just search Insignia 80s, and you look at the triangle on the bottle, and you look at the triangle that you've got on yours, it is the same stuff. It's like someone's bought the name.
Yeah, Eden Classics.
And I've just found the Insignia all over advert, which was, yeah, Yardley Gold was far more civilized. Yeah, actually,
it's quite nice.
Yeah, it's cool. And it was free.
Yeah.
Free frags, always good.
So I'm aware of the time has gone past what we were going to talk about. Is there anything else you want to talk about before we go?
I've got another 10 minutes. You got another 10 minutes?
Yeah.
I mean, I'll tell you, in terms of stuff that I bought this year that I didn't like. Oh, what's that?
Oh, we were discussing these. So I brought these down.
Yes. I managed to buy. Now I've got the original Stronger review. And I bought that in Debenhams for I don't know 20 quid when they were going bust, and I really like it. But I tried the Absolutely. Now I know you've got the original. Which ones have you got there? You got the.
I've got the original, and I've got the originals upstairs. I've got Strong You Intensely and Freeze downstairs.
I like.
I did have a look. I did have a look into the Absolutely, but most of the reviewers on Programtica have said that they fall slightly on the side of Intensely.
They generally say if you've got one, you wouldn't need the other. Now I haven't got Intensely, and a few people have said the Intensely is louder, but that Absolutely on me. I sprayed it on my arm in boots a number of times, and I've come home. I've sat in the conservatory, and my missus has popped out for a cigarette, and this is like hours later, and she goes, "Oh, that stinks." So I was thinking that's absolutely beast mode on my skin, but it's really hard to get. Boots have stopped carrying it because they obviously can't get it. Superdrug you can get it, and it's generally about 80 quid for 100 mils and 60 quid for 50 mils. But I managed to get on Parfum Dreams, which is a German site. I managed to get 50 ml bottle for 35 quid delivered. And if I could be bothered to find a code, I probably could have got 20% off of that. But I was so happy getting it for 35 quid. All genuine, nothing wrong here. I mean, if anyone actually buys stuff off of Parfum Dreams and you read the reviews, I wouldn't trust the crappy reviews. It's good. Every time I bought off them, you get a really nice box. It's like buying from my origins in France. You get a really nice box. You get loads of samples in it. It's nicely packaged. They seem a professional outfit. I don't get why people slag them off. Yes, some people might have slightly longer delivery on stuff, but anyway, so I've got 50 ml of that for I'm pretty gonna crack that open in sort of Christmas party season. I really like it. It's got a boozy note. It smells like the original one. It's just a lot darker. And I really like the original one, and because I've now got a 50 ml of the other one, the original one, I'll probably wear that at work through the winter. So, but what do you think of Intensely then? Because I tried it and it didn't do a lot for me. It didn't seem to last very long.
It is really good. It really is quite strong. But there was something that reminded me of something that not a lot of people know about. It's Ragber Classic, and it's not in a it's not in a bottle like Ragber that's in a square bottle. Neither is it anything to do with wood Ragber.
Was it
For
coming a
men.
goat's bladder?
Pardon?
Is it coming a goat's bladder?
Exactly.
Sorry.
It comes in a lamb's skull. And anyway, I digress. It comes in a quite an attractive bottle, actually. I don't know whether you can still get it, but it reminded me of that, so I was slightly disappointed. But actually, having had it for a while longer, it sort of it does. I find it quite long lasting. It's quite good. Oh, excuse me. And then the Wave, that's quite nice. It's got a ginger note and
which one's that?
The Wave. It has a sort of ginger note opening.
Freeze.
Oh, Freeze! I'm getting me.
Yeah. I was in Boots in Norwich, in the crappier of the two shopping centres in Norwich, and they were selling it off for 30 quid for a 100ml bottle, and I thought, nah, that's all right, I won't bother buying that. And I'd sprayed it on my arm. And I remember driving out of Norwich about an hour later and smelling it and thinking that was 30 quid, I should have just bought it. I like it. It's completely different to the others, but that would be something I'll just wear to work all the time. So I work in an office, obviously. But I like Stronger With You. I mean, when I started buying stuff, and I think when Debenhams were going bust, I think Stronger With You was the first one that I bought that I sprayed on me, and I realised that fragrances had changed. I mean, they'd moved on. I think the last time I'd bought anything and was wearing anything out was when Hugo Boss Bottled first come out, and I think that was the last sort of aftershave fragrance I'd bought that I'd actually worn out. And then I got married, had children, and not really done anything, and then I started shopping around.
Now I know how to do it.
Wicked. Is that your? Oh, shut up, Matthew. So yeah, and I think that was when I realised that everything had changed and everything was based on vanilla. But I've got so many different variations of amber and vanilla now. It's I think I'm well covered with winter stuff. I think I need to start sort of looking into more of these Middle Eastern sort of things. I think there's it was a guy, is it Ashon Sense? He did a review of is it a Latafa? It was the clone of Sauvage Elixir, and used to be able to pick that up for 20 quid. And I thought, oh, I'll give it a go for 20 quid. And because he's picked it up and a few people have picked it up, I think it's going for about 40 quid at the moment. So
yeah, that's the trouble with those big channels. They do hype them up. I'm not sure how.
But this is the same. I mean, this is 30, 35 quid everywhere, and Latino listed it for 20 quid or 19 quid. I think you paid £20.50, and then within a couple of days it sold out, and then for a week it was sold out, and they got it back in stock again. So
yeah, it was straight back in, wasn't it, on Sunday night?
But it's not always, because I wasn't going to buy it, and then when it come in, I was thinking, oh, 20 quid, I can stretch to that. But as I say, it's I'm currently playing for the summer period and all the holidays and all the spending money and everything. So, and I got my daughter's 18th next month as well. So I'm going to have to sort of rein it in for a bit. But I'm looking forward to wasting a huge amount of money on my hobby back in sort of November, December time when I get straight. So, yeah. I'm just going to have to pick on some half-empty bottles and blast through them.
That's worth a try.
Is that the Oud for? No, which one is it got?
Well, it's called Oud 24 Hours Majestic Oud.
I've seen a number of people talk about that and big it up. Isn't there another one that's similar to that in black?
The bottle's similar, but that smells like Black Orchid by Tom Ford. This smells like Stronger With You leather.
Oh, okay. I've never tried that, and I think that's only available in the Middle East.
It's really good, actually. I didn't send you a sample of it, did I?
No, I don't think I got that one. All the stuff
Well,
I've got left is all the winter stuff, so I've sort of kept it back because I didn't really want to wear it in the summer. I think I've got 6 left, and then I've got a box full of like proper samples that I've just nicked out of Boots and John Lewis and whatever.
of course, Missoni Wave. I've been wearing Missoni Wave quite a bit, as you know.
I like that. That stands up in the summer.
Well, I'll tell you what. We were having this discussion as to which was best. I think I've got the older version of the Versace Parom because my daughter said, "Oh, that smells really nice," and I've noticed people really compliment it when I'm out and about. So I think that one. I think they've reformulated it a little bit.
The thing is about the Versace Parom. I think it's based on the Neroli. It's lighter. It's got a different note in it. The thing is about the Missoni Wave. There's a marine note in there, and it's like a marine and lavender sort of note, and it doesn't sort of hold up. I think they're both really good. I mean, when people go, "Oh, you've got one, you don't need the other," I think they're different enough to justify having both. But when I went to Malta, and Malta's bloody hot all year round, Missoni Wave stood up. I mean that lasted. And out of all the other stuff I took, they didn't. So I didn't take Dylan Blue. I've really liked Versace Dylan Blue, and I probably would take that on holiday next time I go, just because I think that kicks around for ages.
Yeah, that's something.
That is it
can
for
never
my
work
sort of.
out whether I should get it or not.
I'll send you a decal. I've got a 200ml bottle of it, and I was looking. I just wanted something blue to put in my collection. I really like it. I think it's really good, and I know it always sort of plays on the undercard of Bleu de Chanel and Sauvage, but I like Dylan Blue, and not a lot of people wear it because everyone's either got Bleu de Chanel or everyone's got Sauvage, haven't they? But it's good. I mean, I wear it to work, and there's a couple of girls in the office go, "Oh, you smell nice." And I went to a wedding a little while ago, and I wore it because it was bloody hot, and people go, "Oh, you smell nice." But he's one of them ones you can go over the top with, and you absolutely reek of it. You walk in the room and everyone knows you've arrived. It's one of them sort of things. So, but I think I paid 45 quid for 200 mils, and I've probably done over a quarter of it. So I must like it in a year. It's good.
Yeah.
It is really good. But if you've got Bleu de Chanel and Sauvage, I probably wouldn't bother. I mean, all them blue things, they sort of do the same thing, don't they? And that's
There's
the one that
the YSLY.
I tried that in House of Fraser a little while ago. The EDP version. It's lovely. It is really nice. It's quite classy.
Was it the EDT or the Parfum?
The EDP, the Eau de Parfum one. And it is really nice. I reckon they've changed the EDT one as well. They've changed it. But the EDP, I was talking to the lady on the YSL counter who's really funny. In Blue Water, House of Fraser, and she said, "I'll try that," and yeah, it was lovely. It's really nice. I mean, when I was saying about I'd buy probably more classy stuff going forward, I think when I got through my Dylan Blue, I'd probably buy it. But yeah, it's nice. It's good. Good. I don't think anyone wouldn't like it. It's a really nice smell. So I've never really liked Bleu de Chanel though. I mean, I've tried it a few times. I've tried the Missoni, which is supposed to be the copy of it, and I just don't know. They just haven't really done anything on my skin. They haven't kicked around long enough. I sprayed it on my arm enough times, and I don't know if it's just Chanel fragrances just don't seem to sit well on me.
They don't last a great deal, apart from the one that does, and I've had on today is Le Lion, and that's lasted me all day. I haven't had to top up or anything.
I that, yeah. So,
I mean, that's to me. I mean, I didn't, as you know, I got that by incredible means.
He was very lucky without saying any more.
That was that was very lucky. But that said, if you saved up all the money that you buy on sort of cheaper fragrances, you'd be able to afford it. So I suppose it's not a bad proposition. I think it's a 200 ml bottle.
I think hindsight is a great thing. I think if I knew what I know now, I'd probably just. I mean, we've had this conversation a number of times.
Yeah.
I think I'd probably just have. I think I'd probably get away with 12. I'd have three for every season. Do you know what I mean? Or a few crossy over sort of type ones. But out of the stuff that I've got at the moment, what would I include in there? I'd probably include loads of them. So I'd go straight over 12 anyway. Yeah, I mean, there's stuff. This is another thing. I don't know if you find that you've got stuff that you really like, but you just never seem to wear. Habit Rouge.
Yeah, I
love Habit Rouge, and I just never wear it.
Yeah, I don't wear it a lot. I wear it a lot more than I wear the Dior Homme Intense. I've got a big bottle of that. I think it was a 150 or 120. I can't remember. It's a big bottle anyway. Yeah. And I very, very rarely wear it, but I really, really love it, and I wouldn't get rid of it.
No, but I've got stuff like that. I mean, when you have to set your signature scent on Fragrantica, and you look at it and you think, right, these are supposed to be my signature scents or whatever, but the stuff that I've actually used loads of, I mean, I'd have to say the stuff I use loads of is Blue Jeans, Rocha Soda Rochas. One that I did 300ml of is Alvarez Gomez Aqua de Colonia Concentrada. I've done loads of that. I've done 300ml of that. I need to buy another bottle of it. And the other one that I do seem to wear in the winter loads is Mandarina Duck Black, or Pure Black as it was once called. Now, none of them really stand out as being absolutely amazing, but I've worn loads of them. I would actually say the Mandarina Duck Black, if you can get that for 15 quid, because the price of that does come down from time to time, buy it. It's really good. It's got like an orange note. It's a vanilla.
Which one is it?
Mandarina Duck Black. It's called Pure Black, but I think they had to change the name because of some sort of copyright shiz or whatever it was. But it's another Nathalie Lawson sort of frag. Opens with tangerine, black pepper, and bergamot, tonka beans, tiara flowers, African orange flower, and base is vanilla, sandalwood, and Virginia cedar. But it's amazing. It's really good, and you don't think it's really pushing out a lot. But I walked into work. I went over one of the teams, and a bloke from another team, which is over the other side of the office, come over and he went, "Do you smell of tobacco?" And I was like, "No, it's tonka bean." But I said, "Could you smell me over there?"
Is it black? Oh, amazing.
It's called Pure
Black Extreme.
No, Pure. No, the Extreme one is the one that everyone wanted to get, but they discontinued it. It's the Pure Black Mandarina Duck. The Extreme one is supposed to be the better one, but you can't get the Extreme one. They discontinued that. But the Pure Black Mandarina Duck, I got that for 13 quid on the Tino, and it does go down really low, and yeah, it's cracking. It's really nice. I mean, I mean, even what's his name, Aaron Terrence Hughes. Even he did a review on it.
He likes it earlier,
and even he was going, "Oh my god, how can they do it? It's so good." I seem to like all the Natalie Lawson stuff that I've bought. I don't think she's done anything that I haven't liked. Yeah, she seems to tick a lot of boxes in terms of what I'm into. But yeah, Mandarin Duck Black. I'll send you a decant of that if you want to try that. I mean, it is. So you can pick it up from time to time for 15. I mean, even if it's 20 quid, I'd probably say buy. I probably won't go over 20 quid. But if you're looking for something that smells nice, vanilla-y, something that's nice at work, that you walk past people, they go, "Oh, you smell nice." It's cracking.
Thank you.
It's really good. But I'll bung that in the post for you. You do like
Thanks.
your It's funny because when I bought Mercedes Club Black, I bought that off the back of liking Mandarina Duck Black, just because it is a tonka bean and vanilla fragrance, and I bought the Mercedes Club Black, and it's quite different. And I like them both in completely different ways. But I wear the Mandarina Black a lot more than I wear the Mercedes Club Black. And I know you like the Mercedes Club Black. I mean,
Oh yeah, I love that.
that's absolutely cracking if you like a bit.
I'm just trying to find one of mine that I really. One of my favourite perfumers is Annick Monado.
Oh, she's done loads of stuff. She's even done
She's
some really
done,
good cheapies, hasn't she?
Pardon?
She's done loads of really good cheapies as well, hasn't she?
Yeah, well, she's done. Let's see. Well, she did Japor, Eau de Parfum.
Didn't she
Japor,
do Boss Bottled as well?
I think she did. Yeah, she did Bulgari Black, which I love, and I've got some of that.
Okay.
That's gone up in price.
Bulgari
Japor
Man in Black.
limited
Yeah.
edition.
Let's have a look.
She did Koros Body Koros. I know that. I remember that one.
Okay.
Ceres Rouge. She's done Potion. Just looking at all the ones she's done. Ceres Rouge. Yeah, Boss Bottled 20th Anniversary Edition. Boss Bottled Parfum. Absolute. Cocorico by Night. You used to be able to buy that in the Home Bargains. I'm never bothered. Now you can't get it for love nor money. It's an astronomical price. But they were selling it off in Home Bargains, literally in the window.
All right. Sorry, I've been bitten by loads of mosquitoes.
Hypnose, which I've never smelled, but it's got good reviews.
Yeah.
And of course, she's done all the Lolita Lampica stuff.
You talk about that quite a lot.
Not a lot of people like it because it's sort of licoricey, but I like it.
But she's done loads. Didn't she do it? No, she didn't do it.
Oh, Masculine. And then there's Lolita Lampica Boron, which has been out.
I know it's completely wrong time to say this, but she looks quite nice as well for an older woman. Well, she's not an older woman to me and you, really, is she?
No, you're probably flattering our age there. I'm not sure.
So look,
yeah, you can never tell when these photographs are taken anyway.
She's definitely nicer than Natalie Lawson. Sorry, I'm taking this to a bad place. That's it. And she did the 67 Artemisia as well from Pomelato, which we both
yeah, we know that one.
That one as well. So yeah, all good.
Hypnotic Poison. She did. I'm not sure whether she did the original Poison. No. Yeah, she's probably, if I was to pick out one person, or certainly a person in the top three, she would be in the top three.
I think out of mine, I think Natalie Lawson and is it Olivier Cresp? I seem to like all his stuff as well. He's done all the Mercedes stuff that I really like. Mercedes Cologne, Mercedes Silver. He did them too, and he's done Versace Manor Fresh as well, which I like, but it doesn't really stand up in hot weather. But it's a really cracking office sort of scent. So I like some of the stuff that he's done. And I think he co-made, but didn't he co-make something with Natalie Lawson, which was didn't he do the Givenchy Gentleman line with Natalie? That was Olivier Christen.
Possibly.
I actually got a bottle of the Givenchy Gentleman Le Bosé or Bosé, and I managed to get it on an absolute bargain, and then I took it back because everyone was slagging off the performance, and I've decided that I don't really like Iris because I tried it as a sample in Boots, even though I owned it, I tried it a few times, and it always sort of dried down to this sort of iris note, and I honestly don't think I like iris, to tell the truth. Not in a predominantly sort of really sharp way. And when I tried the Dior original, that was exactly the same. Started off really dark, and ended up in this really sort of like buzzing sort of iris smell. And I don't think I like iris, to tell the truth. Not in a really loud sort of way. So anyway, I took it back. It was 26 quid for 50 mil, and but they were selling the 60 mil for like 60 quid. So maybe I could have kept it, but yeah, I think if I'd have opened it and worn it a few times, it probably would have got on my nerves, and then I would have chucked it on Facebook. So,
The other one of my favourites is Jean-Claude Eleanor.
I don't know what that is either.
He's
Or
done Terre d'Hermès,
Oh, okay.
Declaration.
So you're getting a little class.
Done a
Pierre
load of
Hermès,
stuff.
I've never tried it. I will. That's the sort of thing I'll have to try at the airport one day when I'm going for Heathrow or something. And Declaration, I'm going to try the perfume version. I don't know if I really like the EDT. I'm not sure. I mean, a little while ago, I thought they had 100 mil on sale for 30 mils, which I called you about. And then when I went back, it was 50 mil for £30. Didn't buy it, but I don't truly know if I don't think I really like it. I think it's one of them ones that you really want to like, but but when when G comes down to it, you think I'll try the EDP. So
well, I bought it. I liked it, but I wasn't totally sure. I sold it because one morning I put it on and it made me wretch.
Right.
And then I missed it and bought it back and loved it ever since. And then I got the low, which you can't get anymore. It's the grapefruit summer version. And then bought Afnan, which is fantastic, a bit more spicy, a bit heavier, but it's very nice. And if there was anything that is close to one of my sort of possible signature scents, that would be it.
Cool. But I'm gonna try more Cartier stuff, and they seem to have it well covered in my local house of Fraser. So I need to go in there with a blank sheet one day and just have like one on that side, one on there, one on there, one on there, and maybe one on my ankle or something.
It's a house that I think I haven't had a bad fragrance from them.
Yeah,
they all hit it out of the park for value and quality. And to be honest, as a designer, I think the quality of their output is every bit as good as some of the design of the niche, so-called.
It has an air of class about it that maybe Versace doesn't. if you get what I mean.
Yes, it's definitely in a different league to Versace, but I think Versace do a great job.
Oh, I think they're great.
They're selling to a different niche.
Yeah,
but I don't think I think because I'm into all of this, I don't think I could whittle the collection down to a small amount because there are things that I suddenly think is something obscure that I haven't sprayed on for a while.
Yeah,
I want to try that. It's weird.
I mean, the amount of stuff I bought and I hated it when I first started it, and now I really like it. I mean, you see on Hot UK deals and people have bought Bentley for Men Intense, and people go, "Oh, it's horrible. Oh, it's disgusting. Don't know why you people buy that." And I always say, just stick with it. Stick it in your cupboard. Don't sell it. Try it in 6 months' time, and you might try it and think, "Oh my god, it's amazing. I love it." And I remember I was offended by it. I was gonna launch it out my window or throw it in the bin because I just didn't want to see it. I was that offended by it when I first tried it. But that's probably my more obsessive sort of nature speaking. And I really like it now. And every time I wear it, I really like it. And I hate the fact that people keep going, oh, it's reformulated and you've got the 5-digit batch code and Lilith ruined it. And you think, well, I'll wear it. I put it on, I go to bed, and I can smell it on my pillow a week later. I mean, it's just beast mode. So I'd hate to think where it was like originally. If it has been toned down, maybe it's better now because it has been toned down. Yeah, so hey ho. Anyway, I think we've done. How long have we done? We've done just over
an hour.
That's quite. I know we always say we're going to do 30 minutes, and
it's you, not me.
Yeah, I know. I just get carried away. I blame the red wine. Anyway, it's been good to catch up. I'll speak to you. I'll speak to you over the weekend. Anyway.
Yeah. Well, I'll end the broadcast now. Thank you very much for joining us, and we will hope to be back soon. Click the end of that.
All right. I don't know how to escape. There we go. Right.
Oh, hang on. Shut that. I'm just going to do something that I haven't done.
Is this your title sequence? Go on then. No. Is he gonna make Brian Clough take off in the background?
Here we are. So I'll redo that, and thank you very much for joining us. Good night. Done.
We are fair.